Hey everyone, welcome back to Deadly Premonitions 2, A Blessing in Disguise. So in the last part, we got through that massively long, interrogation of two, FBI people with Francis Scott, no, Francis Zach Morgan. I couldn't remember his middle one. And now we're playing as Francis York Morgan. I don't remember the entire background of that because it is explained more in the first game, and I don't know if it'll get explained through this one at all, to be honest. But it's kind of like, I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's like a schizophrenic type thing. I don't really know. Something with his brother. I could be very wrong. I'm just going off of what I remember from years ago. So, oh boy, look how far out we are. So, we're at a hotel or such, and no, not that. These controls are so wonky. Our mission is to return to York's room to review the case. So I have to figure out how to get back there. And God, these controls, I literally have to press every button. Two or three, I guess that's me. Well, I found my way to a drink machine, so I guess this is one way to purchase consumables for health, because this shows that I have $600, and I guess the icon underneath of that is showing that I have 11 spaces out of 30 spaces for my inventory, I'm guessing. So, I don't think I need anything right now. I gotta make sure to press the right button, because the B button, which I've always been used to being an exit cancel, is confirm. So it's completely backwards, and going through the configurations, you can't change that one specific button. So that's kind of annoying. Thanks, game. I'm pressing the B button. Let's go. Come on.
Sang Rouge.
Oh god, I have to sit here and manually click through these. Jesus.
We're chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two.
Neat.
Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto. I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
Evidence organizational start. Oh, Jesus, what is this going to be?
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
This is the only option, but I still have to move the joystick to select it.
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Sure, we'll go with that's completed.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
Answer the door. Alright. Difficult quest to complete here. Okay, well, it seems that whenever I access my briefcase, it's like a item box. So, and I see like my ammunition are rubber bullets. Used in Mr. Alligator. Is Mr. Alligator my fucking gun's name? Like, what? Like, what? Okay, now we'll open the door.
Hey there, Chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David. I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that Le Carré is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Which is why we asked.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Le Carré means square in French.
Ah. And?
That's it.
That's it?
Yes, that's
Oh,
it,
yeah,
sir.
square, I get it.
Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, see, I thought that was the chef too, so I guess we're equally confused. And he just fucking smirks. What a weirdo.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job makes the man.
Alright, 2 missions down. Check out the old map inside the hotel lobby. Okay, yeah, we can manage that. I'm just glad that during the cutscenes I don't have to manually manipulate the conversations and dialogue.
Do you feel that, Zach? Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. The faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him. Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hoongan.
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 Title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
That's not creepy.
Do you comprehend the Oracle?
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
Fell 10 maidens in the shrine of hunger. Find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by other world?
Follow the oracle.
Zach, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos. But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
And nobody questions the guy just talking to a group of paintings. What the hell's going on in there? Oh well. Can't access it or nothing. Alright, here's the map.
Zach, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Cool, third mission down. Is the next mission gonna be exit?
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned country.
Oracle decryption start.
Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need to be knocked down. Simple, right?
So that's a
The
Memorial
answer is
Street.
bowling. The shape of the bowling pin was based on the feminine form. The 10 maidens are the 10 pins.
You didn't even
But
give
a
me time
place
to
where
figure
someone
something
can
out.
both eat and bowl at the same time. I'm skeptical as to whether we'll be able to find such a place in a backwoods town like this.
Yeah, I established it's this. I was just kind of like looking at them and reading the fucking pictures.
Alexis's Diner and Lane.
Now, is there a fast travel, or am I gonna have
This
to
is
walk
it,
my
Zach.
happy ass there?
There are even pins and a bowling ball on the I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Nice job, Zach.
Okay, cool.
Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous zero represents? Zero is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous zero than that. The question is, does our zero refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. Which measurement system do we use here in America?
Okay, good. He shut up.
The Clarkson Food Delivery Services that's even be honest.
Oracle decryption complete.
And how about that Hungan? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
smoking here, guy. What's wrong with you?
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying of smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams Deep South. Actually, no, it doesn't. This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
It's not playing by his rules. It's basically illegal to smoke indoors. Okay, quests updated. Cool. So... Map. Gotcha. So find a spot where it's below 0 in the Clarkson's cold storage from 8 to 1700 hours. And get a strike at the diner. The hell? Okay. So looking at this is mission 4. That's mission 12, so that's not priority. This one is priority. Is there a way to legitimately tell time? Oh, it says that it's 9. I see it. I'm gonna hit the button like 900 times to leave. He's like, yes, now I can smoke.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease. You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The more you know.
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
What the hell? Where's your parents? What the fuck? I would just write on the paper, eat a dick.
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lise Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
What an
Tell me,
annoying
Patricia,
kid.
does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin. They call me the sheriff round here.
What's up, Melvin?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you'd... Hey! I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all.
Some of the dialogue is just so extra.
Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is.
Just
Melvin,
casually
about
talking
the
to yourself
Lee
in front of
Clarkson
them.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp. FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The Lee Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon.
Wonder what a secret
Melvin,
weapon
there's a
would
cold
be.
storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much, you know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours. so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
Oh my god, these dialogues are fucking long. Can I fucking punch this kid? Oops. Lost myself $100 by punching a kid. Alright.
Hey, you!
No, I punched you in the face. Kinda get over it.
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you?
Yes. Main quest? It doesn't even get the last T on it? Okay.
Or Patty, you know?
Patty?
Oh, I just swung around. Do I gotta fist fight these fucking wolves or dogs or whatever? Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fucking loot. So I don't know the purpose of these. So this place was closest, so let's check it out.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Professor R?
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because, huh? Interesting.
I think the little girl knows more than she should. Whoa, she's spazzing out. Okay, let's see what's in here. I can't really interact with other NPCs unless it's like strictly required.
Ten maidens, Zach. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh, my Lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here. Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh, my Lord. Well, ain't that something?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Here's my credentials.
Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
I figure we're gonna
Oh,
hear
my
that
Lord.
dialogue a couple more
Well,
times.
that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
Pat.
I want a chocolate sundae, but no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh, my Lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Coffee.
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zach, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
What kind of fellow?
She said he had a really tall shadow,
How tall?
as tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't. I know just about everyone in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees with lots of Spanish moss hanging down make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you,
Zach,
Patty.
this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah!
Whoa, somebody get their grandma.
I got a turkey!
Truly mesmerizing, Zach. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations.
I don't know
Same
what that
goes for
means.
you,
I
right?
don't know what bowling terms are. Okay, how do I get over there? Oh, right here. This is a bowling alley diner, and there's only one single lane. Do I have to pay? Please be like $2. Those are ugly.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one.
Someone
You
come
came
get
out
their
here from
grandma.
the city,
Damn.
didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
Miss Carpenter.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the real deal. Why, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no! Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball. First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take my lane from me.
I will
haven't
shoot
given
you
it up
in the
once
face
ever
with
since
my
my
rubber
husband
bullets.
passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Quick, cast a shadow.
Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
That's why I have rubber bullets. Find a way to get Miss Carpenter to let you use the bowling lane. Alright. Do I punch her? Right in the back of the head? No, it's not.
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
Stop! Not now! Can't you see I'm already in my bowling stance? What, are you blind?
She totally just glided. That wasn't even taking steps.
Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy mother of bowling balls.
And there's more gliding. Now, why was she praying for a split? Because in the last scene, it showed her get a strike. I at least know that much.
That stance, always works on a split. Oh, yeah, never fails.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now?
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special Agent. Taking a liking to my collection, have you?
Oh, yes. A great liking.
I buy all my charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the Mirror.
The Mirror?
If you're interested, I can mark it on your map for you.
Great, another
Zach,
location
this is
I'm
it.
gonna have to visit.
Erzuli. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there. We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind.
So I have to go buy something and bribe this bitch.
It really feels like we're in the deep south now, doesn't it?
So I have to find a way to convince Miss Carpenter to let you use the bowling alley by visiting that shop.
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave up on trying to convince Mrs. Carpenter to let you play?
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything.
So anytime I find one of these little spaces, I need to crouch in here and use my vision of justice, I guess. I don't know what that sound was about. Unless that was telling me that my little vision is like super low. But I don't know what these X's and shit on the map are.
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question? I feel like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know exactly who I am. And I've also introduced myself to your father. Besides, you're the one who said you wanted to come with me.
I was just kidding, jeez. You're an
Yeah, stop that conversation. Alright, so I spent some time using my little vision of justice, and it allows you to see some, like, items that are on the ground that you go to pick up. I have no idea what those items are used for yet, but we made our way to the store to try to buy something to get Miss Carpenter to let us fucking use the bowling alley. So, see what we can buy.
A voodoo shop. It's a voodoo shop.
Just looks like a dumb souvenir shop to me.
Of course it does, Patty. You're much too young to understand the true value of such a place.
Alright, so after a little bit of dialogue, we can get our asses in here. Oh boy, look at that character. Hey, we got one of those in our, what is that? Our room at the hotel thing.
This is all kid stuff. It's just a bunch of charms. I'm allowed to watch TV and go on the internet, but I ain't allowed in here? My daddy makes no sense sometimes. You agree, right, Agent York? This is all just kid stuff.
Look at this, Zach. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop. This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault. It's a vast treasure chest. So much to study, so much to learn.
York is a massive nerd. Oh, look, there's another customer in here. We're gonna talk to someone named the Mirror. Maybe. There we go.
Thou art a seeker, and I see the object of thy desire.
What the hell? He's like, hello, look at my badge. Let me introduce myself until you just call me York.
Doth this be what thou seekest?
Sure, if it's free.
I could sell it to thee now. And only now.
Look at my badge.
Surely fortune shall not bless thee with another chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
That's crazy. Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
Okay, well, how much is it? Buy the alligator figurine from the Mirror. Okay. During that whole thing, $30. That's not anything. I thought it was going to be like $7,000 or whatever. And that's the only item that I can purchase. Cool. Now I can go coerce this bitch to let me bowl.
I'll buy it.
Thou art a man of refined taste. I am loath to part with it, but 'twould be a fool's errand to keep it from such a keen-eyed soul.
What's wrong with you? No normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that. Not even at a garage sale.
Marvelous, isn't it, Zach? What a treasure. I can't wait to use it.
Use it? Where? How?
Isn't it obvious, Patty? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house.
In front of her house?
Yes. I'm sure this figurine will stop her right in her tracks. And that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. And so is Zach. Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering if I should quit helping you out with this.
Alright, 2 for the price of 1. Now I gotta place the figurine in front of Miss Carpenter's house while she's home. Now, did that say while she's home or while she's not home? Talk to the mirror and create any voodoo charm. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at these. Yeah, while she's home. So, I can't do the figurine part yet. Create a voodoo, can I do that?
Me alarm. Verily.
Okay, so all these random items that I'm finding are for crafting material. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of exploration before I can actually do like legitimate crafting, because I don't have anything to do even the lowest level item.
Whoa!
That was close.
Well, look at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize. Huh, it's your fault for not paying attention.
Alright, who's this? She's mean.
What?
Got a moment?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry here.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry, Peckerwood. Now get out of my way.
Peckerwood.
Patty, who was that?
Kalina Clarkson. PJ Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
Zach, we've found ourselves a Clarkson.
Oh no, she's not here. My dolly. Oh, she's not here. My dolly isn't here.
One of the key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting. Isn't that right, Zach?
Dun dun dun. I don't think that I can interact. Yeah, I can interact with her. She's a named character. Come on, I'm hitting the B button. Oh, that was barely an interaction. Okay, so looking at these, I have to wait for a specific time to place the gator figurine. I can still go to this location, which is like the main quest line. I have to do the gator figurine before I can do the get a strike, because I can't use the bowling alley. And I have to farm shit before I can do any of the voodoo charm creations. So, oh, what the hell is this? Is this like a wreck? What the hell? Can I fight it? No. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna go on about my life. A red dot over here? What are they, bees? Can I fucking fight them? I can fight bees. Nice. What do I pick up from bees? Killer bee stinger. Alright, cool. Neat. Can you say the fuck still?
Okay, Patty. I'm going to try asking you that question again. What do you do when you're at home?
I watch TV and look up stuff on the internet, I guess. Ain't much else to do when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Really? For some reason, I envisioned you working hard to take care of all the chores around the house.
Well, of course I do stuff like that too. But doesn't everyone? Why bother talking about it?
Other kids your age don't help out their parents. They're too busy talking with their friends on the phone or through emails.
That's stupid. I don't get why everyone's so obsessed with taking pictures of themselves. Then they send them to their friends just to get approval. Talk about cringeworthy.
How do you prefer to boost your self-esteem then?
I don't need to. I have my family. And besides, my daddy's the town sheriff. All I need to be happy is a normal life.
That's awfully mature of you.
Everyone else is just childish. I'm totally normal.
Okay, then. So what do you do after you finish all your chores? You don't turn on CNN and pour yourself some bourbon, do you?
CNN? That's kid stuff. What I watch is way more adult than that.
Like what? Live sports?
You just don't get it, Agent York. Full House, Friends, Beverly Hills 90210, sitcoms. Sitcoms are an all-in-one package. Dreams, love, life lessons, science fiction. They've got everything you'd ever want. And some cable channels just show reruns all day long. It's the best. Oh, but my favorite TV show is this old one called MacGyver. The main character is cute and smart. I don't know his real name, but I like him. Oh, and I also like Gil Grissom from CSI. I just think it's adorable how he keeps maggots inside his fridge.
Thank you, Patty. That was very informative. Well, what do you think, Zach? Her tastes are... they're a bit hard to describe. Wait, Don't even say it. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I'm in full agreement.
We should just kick her away from us, because she's very weird. Okay, well, we are... No, get off. So we're at the Clarkson Food Delivery Services, where it has the whole frozen thing going down, so... We'll investigate that. Some of the fucking controls are so wonky.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick.
No, it wasn't. I took my time, dude. I was like exploring and picking up random shit and using my little fucking vision thing and skateboarding in grass, dude. There was nothing quick about this.
The special agent does it again. I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
Whoa, bro. Bro, don't be talking about me like that.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like. I call him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he?
So this is the Mr. Alligator, the named weapon that fires the fucking rubber bullets. What the hell?
It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
A non-lethal gun made for self-defense. It can only fire rubber bullets. How useful is this really going to be?
And here's a radio.
Cool, now I get a radio. Something else to carry.
With this, you won't have to worry about any expensive roaming fees. Might take you a while to get used to them, but you'll get it. Try letting them rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Alright, violence. Use Mr. Alligator, the self-defense gun you got to destroy the wooden boxes. Okay, cool. At least the rubber bullets can destroy the wooden boxes. Oh, good, and I can fucking shoot these dogs that attack me now, and I don't have to fist fight them. So, okay, cool. I can purchase more rubber bullets from shops. Okay. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Nice.
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
Well, sure it's peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals, are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And one of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still. One chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin. The worst part is, that taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight.
So I'm guessing if there's any area that have water is probably going to be where gators are.
Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In Blood Swamp!
I wonder if that means that if I get near an NPC and if I run against them and cause collision, I can move them towards there and see if gators attack them.
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
You're like 12. This probably happened like 15 years ago.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people. And it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague. It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet. Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. It's an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia. I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right? Well, that's 'cause there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no morgue. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho, this is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Missing?
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid... Hey! All right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No, thank you. This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
So I also have a sleep and a hunger gauge that I gotta keep an eye on. So that's great. That's fantastic.
You holding up okay, CLG? You sure you don't want to wait outside?
Ooh, I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero. The deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
Hey, Mr. York. You sure you want to keep investigating this place even though we know the body ain't here?
Of course, Melvin. The skeletal gentleman gave me an oracle, remember?
It's... Skella what?
Ooh, he's just joking, Daddy. You can't take him seriously.
Huh? Well, was that really a joke, Mr. York? Well, I'll be. I see you've been hiding some real charm into that whole FBI routine.
Sorry, Melvin, but I'm dead serious.
Oh, good God almighty. This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the funhouse. Truly a dazzling place. Meet entertainment. That's the only way to describe it.
Oh, that's punny.
Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical...
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death, resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool? Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
Oh, man.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways. Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy, the prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy.
Isn't that like a stripper name, Candy? What is that from? That sounds... Wasn't that something along the lines of like Typing of the Dead? The person's name was Candy or
A
something.
shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor struck hard.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more. So I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG, and you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old?
The fact that he's having these conversations out loud and they're just like, la la la, completely oblivious.
Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
I mean, you all but asked it out loud. Come on, hit and B like 5,000 times.
Here we are, Zach. The morgue.
Quote-unquote morgue, the little area that they rented out to keep her frozen body.
They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Kid, you're fucking weird.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Bye. Oh, there were items just sitting right there. Oh, good, I can still get them. I gotta search some more for clues. Okay, cool. I want to grab these couple things that are sitting right here. Inspection start. Let's start from the left. and work
Boxes
our
of the
way right.
past or presence of the future. Either way, this is a curious time capsule. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South. These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here, it's a novel, sophisticated idea unlike anything I'd ever come up with. Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large. Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures.
It was a Yeti. I can look up. Oh, yeah, I can. I can't not do anything other than the ice.
An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the south. Zach, can you see that? Look close. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away, so our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Oh, I guess I didn't need to do the last one. Oh, I got $60.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone. You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Alright, so we did that. Now we have to... The flying serpent must be lurking with the luxury food shit.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down, so I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police, and they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through, so they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Young lady, you need to touch grass more. Let's see, acquire the elevator key and head to the luxury food warehouse. Okay, so do I gotta like mug one of these employees? You give me your shit. No, I probably shouldn't do that. Oh, yeah, you see my gun?
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
Nice, he's sleeping. I was just casually holding the key.
Now we should be able to operate the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
I gotta make my way back. Unless this is a shortcut. Oh my god, I'm fucking hitting the B button for days. can't move it.
Mr. York, did you find a key?
Yep.
Ha! Now that's my special agent. Want to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin. Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York.
Looks like he has headphones.
Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
Damn, look
You're
how big
gonna
the
shoot some
alligator
meat
head
to
is.
get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Shoot down the meat. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I think we're gonna do that when we come back. I'm gonna save. Yep. I think we're gonna do that in the next part because this has already been about 2 hours and there was a lot of in-between shit that I'm gonna have to edit out. So when we come back, we're gonna shoot down that meat and get Avery's attention and let us in his little locked area. So I really hope that you guys are enjoying this. Right now my biggest problem is some of these controls just kill me inside. So hopefully we can overcome that and continue through this game. See you in the next one.